Hi, I'm Caitlin Gomez, live from the GBTA broadcast studio in San Diego, California, and I'm going to try to keep a straight face as I interview David Seelinger, Chairman and CEO of EmpireCLS. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
This is what happens when you get two New Yorkers in San Diego.
Yes, that's right. A lot of games.
So this space, ground transportation, has become really crowded over the last couple of years. You never have a problem standing out to me, but what do you think your secrets are?
I think that, for us, that we realize how much of a personalized part of this journey is the chauffeured car part of it. And so we want to make sure that the travelers know that we know exactly who's behind the wheel of the car, the background checks that we're doing, so on and so forth, because duty of care has become a big issue in our industry. But for us, for EmpireCLS, what we do is not just global transportation, so we can provide that solution anywhere in the world, but also the greeter part of the transportation we can also assist people with, so we can have them met at the gate and brought to the car, or vice versa on the departure, bring them through security very rapidly. We also do security for a lot of our clients, especially in countries where kidnap ransom is a big issue today, unfortunately still exists in many countries. We provide security services along with secure driving. So
that's really interesting.
Yes.
Oh, I like that combination, actually.
Yeah, it works very well.
And it gives a little stickiness to it, right? Because you're taking, it's almost they're entrusting their entire self to you.
Absolutely.
Interesting. So what is the top global trend in transportation that you see right now?
I think there's two right now. I think the first one is duty of care. I think there's a lot of talk about duty of care in the past, but I think now it's sort of come full circle. People are really paying a lot more attention to,
it's not just talk.
It's not just talk. They're really asking us the serious questions about who's behind the wheel of the car. Because look, you don't hitchhike anymore, correct? But a lot of people digitally hitchhike. So they're using an app, but they have no idea who's behind the wheel of the car. They have no idea about the safety aspect of the transportation. Who's taking care of the vehicle? What type of maintenance is being done? Those are questions that we can answer very quickly because it's our fleet, there are chauffeurs, there are employees, et cetera, et cetera. The other second thing that I think people are asking a lot of question about is, how is the chauffeur compensated? That's something I never thought we'd hear in this space, but now people are starting to ask because they're concerned about the chauffeurs and how they're being compensated, their well-being. Are they living, making more than minimum wage? And of course, with us, that is the case.
Well, it's all that talk, right, about drivers working 18-hour shifts just to be able to pay their bills.
Absolutely.
And so, with you as a business owner, I understand you want to tell the world that that's not the way you run your business.
Absolutely, and listen, the chauffeurs are our best sales tool.
Absolutely.
If that experience, if you've used us once or 400 times, we're only as good as our last experience. So we have to make sure the chauffeurs are on their game all the time.
So last question is, ground transportation, it's sometimes described as one of the least understood business travel expenses. There's some people will probably argue that's good. Us as travel managers, not so much. So what do you think needs to be done to change that? Bring a little more transparency.
Yeah, there's not a lot of sort of standard operating procedures in our industry when it comes to pricing. Correct. So it becomes very confusing. When you get presented with the rate, is it the total rate? Is that exactly what I'm going to pay? When I get my credit card statement. And what happens is there's a lot of companies out there that convert. If it goes over 2 hours, they convert it to an hourly. So you're paying per hour for the vehicle versus a flat rate fee. Well, you really should be paying a flat rate fee so you know what's going to be on your expense report. That's where the confusion comes in. So at EmpireCLS, we make sure that we're showing you the total cost of the transportation prior to picking you up.
Right up front.
Very
so you
important.
know exactly what you're getting.
Absolutely, very important.
And you can control what you can manage, right?
Yeah, you don't want like surcharges for what? I mean, you don't want all of a sudden find out you paid $50 more because there wasn't enough cars available.
Yeah.
That's not something we do in luxury chauffeured car.
Very good point. Well, David, always a pleasure.
Yes, a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
I'm Caitlin Gomez. See you next time at the GBTA broadcast studio.